is a product that was released in Nigeria recently, but I think it didn't survive. It's called Bottom Pot. How many of you know that product? How many of you know? The ladies should know now. The advert was all over the place, but I don't know why it didn't survive. Who knows that product? It's a brand of seasoning, right? They call it Bottom Pot. I don't know why it didn't last. It just came out and just died the same way it came. Came with a blast, died with a blast. That's what we're here to do today. We're here to take Bottom Pot. Now, something interesting, you will discover that everything we've done in the last 3 weeks will be reflecting today. And so you will understand why deliberately and intentionally we did what we did earlier, and they are coming all into focus today, because public speaking in itself is a very deep course. I was asking myself, why is it that can someone sit down and finish this thing called public speaking? It's impossible. It's deep, it's broad, it's wide. It's something that the origin of it started from when man was created. That's when public speaking started. So you really cannot exhaust it. So we're doing what we're doing within the limit of the available time and what we have scheduled to work on this 1 month. So media, let's go. I'm ready. Let's put the screens on, and let's move on. Let's begin to deal with the subject matter that we're here to talk about today. Today we want to look at unshakable confidence in tough rooms. Unshakable confidence in tough rooms. I hope you remember the theme for this entire program is public speaking and building unshakable confidence. So we're asking ourselves, how do we build unshakable confidence in tough rooms? And before we can deal with that, we need to ask the big question, what do we mean when we say we're in a tough room? What's the meaning of a tough room? Just before I proceed, I'd like to take a quote from Peter T. McIntyre. Peter T. McIntyre said that confidence comes not from always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. Confidence comes not from always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. That English might confuse you, but I can't adjust it. That's the way the man said it. So it's a quote. I have to maintain it. But what that statement means is that for you to build confidence, you must be ready and willing to be wrong and accept it. Because in the journey of building your confidence, you will come across times when you may be wrong. And if you allow your being wrong to affect your journey to build your confidence, you will lose it. So even when you are wrong, still stay on the journey and tell yourself, yes, I may be wrong, but I'm still moving. I'm still making progress. There is a book written by, I think John Maxwell or so. The title of the book is Failing Forward. I've never seen that book. Failing Forward, fantastic book. It talks about your ability to make progress even in the midst of your failures, picking up from where you left off and making progress. So that's what the journey of confidence really is about. And today we want to work on equipping us with strategies that will enable us maintain unshakable confidence in a challenging environment. So I want to take you on a journey to share with you what a tough room really is. Media, next 2 slides, please. Give us the next 2 slides after this. So what is a tough room? A tough room is an environment where you feel pressured. It's an environment where you feel judged. It's an environment that has this feeling of hostility. So when you are in a space that you are feeling some sort of pressure, you're in a tough room. Examples of tough rooms are places like boardrooms, or when you are sitting before an interview panel, or perhaps you find yourself in a public debate. These are examples of tough rooms. It could also be when you're in a high-stakes situation. Now, you go out for a meeting and they put you on the hot seat. You're in a tough room. You're in a situation where you need to speak about certain things. In fact, one other tough room that I know students have to face is when they have to defend their projects. That is a tough room because you're standing before professors who have been in that space for many years and you learned under them. So you're asking yourself, what can I say that these people don't know? And you are thinking, if they ask me a question on what I've just said, how do I answer? How am I even sure what I'm saying is making sense? That is a tough room. So how do you build confidence in such a situation? Another tough room could be you're standing before your pastor and is looking you in the eyes and say, tell me the truth. Did you say this or not? And you are telling yourself, if I say I didn't now, will pastor believe me? Really? That is a tough room. At that point, you need confidence. Are we together now? Are we together? But get this and get this straight. Everyone faces tough rooms. The point is, it is not what you face that counts, but how you respond that matters. So your response is what defines your success. And so we want to look at two concepts that have been grossly misunderstood over the years. And I'm going to give examples. I'm going to bring two people out, as I like to do, to demonstrate these concepts. Next slide, please. We're going to look at two concepts, which I call the psychology of confidence. We're going to look at the confidence wheel, but we're going to look at two key concepts, which is confidence versus self-esteem. These two concepts have been largely misunderstood. A lot of people mistake self-esteem for self-confidence, or for confidence, as it were. A lot of people don't understand the difference. I will dare to ask you to explain to me in your words what you understand by confidence and what you understand by self-esteem. So I need two volunteers to give me a shot at that before I go on to express to you what the differences are. Who can tell me, with all the confidence you can muster, we're talking about confidence now, unshakable confidence, who can tell me what you understand by self-esteem and by confidence? I need an answer. I need two people. Just come up quickly. Please step forward. I need one more person just to share with us what your thoughts are. In your own words. Welcome, sir. Please come forward. Now, this is it. My lecturer will always say to me, when we're still in class, he will say, whatever answer you give in class is correct. Any answer you give in class is correct. The only time we will check whether you are right or wrong is during exams. So whatever answer you are giving us now is correct. Can we get a microphone for them, please? Somebody help us with the mic. Thank you, sir. Let's start with the lady. They say ladies first.
Okay.
So which one? You're defining the difference.
Yes.
Okay, tell us.
Understanding. Confidence means trust.
Confidence means trust. In who? In God?
Boldness.
Boldness.
Yes, in yourself.
Okay, what of self-esteem?
Why self-esteem means self-worth.
Self-worth.
The value you place on yourself.
The value you place on yourself.
Yes.
Okay, like my lecturer said, you are in class. Whatever answer you give is correct. Confidence. That's your name, right? Oh my God. You should know what confidence is. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Confidence means to me, from a layman's point of view, the ability to know what to do and doing it correctly with confidence without shaking.
Okay, doing it correctly without shaking.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Then self-esteem is the ability to be confident in what you're doing.
The ability to be confident in what you are doing is self-esteem. Okay. Thank you. Fair try. Please take the mic. Anybody else want to try? Okay, we have a hand here on this side. Just, you have the mics all over you, so just tell us. I'd like you to pay attention because this is very important. If I stop at this slide and we close, you would have gained a lot. So let's go, sir.
Hallelujah. Okay, self-esteem. I would like to start from self-esteem.
Please feel free.
Self-esteem is the value and what you have for yourself or place for yourself. Why confidence is some sort of state. You now coming to some sort of state and believing in yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Believing in yourself is confidence. Anybody else want to try? This is very important, and I want to emphasize it for a reason. By the time we're done with this, you would understand why I'm emphasizing the importance. Okay.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Okay. Confidence, I would say, is the ability to know like what you want to do, what to do.
Okay.
That's my understanding. Then self-esteem is your ability to know your overall self-worth, like something like I'm valuable, I deserve respect, something like that.
Okay. Right. Amazing. Now you all have a good idea, a very fair idea about these two concepts. But let me clarify and listen carefully here, please. Confidence has to do with the belief you have in your abilities. The belief that you have in your abilities. Now, this ability could be anything. I'm going to give you an example so you understand it better. So, for example, sir, who's our drummer here? You're the drummer. Where's the drummer? Two drummers. Okay, where are the drummers? Raise your hand. I want to see you. Sir, can you play keyboard? Very well. Where is the second drummer? Can you play keyboard very well? Now, this guy doesn't have confidence in playing keyboard, but he has confidence in drumming. Are you following what I'm saying now? Now, his ability, his belief in his ability to play drums is called confidence. Are you getting me now? His belief in his ability to play drums is called confidence. This guy may be confident in drumming, but may not be confident in public speaking. Am I making sense now? Are you following me now? So you may be confident in something and you don't have confidence in another thing. So confidence is situational. That means it has to do with certain things. So you can be confident in speaking, but you're not confident in cooking. Are you getting it now? This is where people miss it. So when you say I have confidence in what? Someone that speaks boldly can be talking, say, hey, the guy is very confident. Take him out of that space. Put him in another space. You'll be shocked to see that that same guy can't perform. You are pushing him. You say, no, but I don't know how to do this one. No, I don't want to disgrace myself. And you are wondering, but this is the same guy that was on that stage performing. What's happening here is because he lacks confidence in this particular thing. Are you getting it now? But self-esteem has to do with the worth and the belief, the value, the love that you have for yourself as a person. So you could have high self-esteem and low self-confidence. Are we getting it now? Now the problem is people mistake esteem for confidence. That I'm not confident in doing certain things doesn't mean I have low self-esteem. But your self-esteem will always show when you are interacting with people. How you present yourself, the value you have for yourself is very critical because it will also impact on your self-confidence over time. People who have high self-esteem, most times, if you over-display it, they call it arrogance. There is a very thin line. If you push it a bit, you get into the range of arrogance. So you need to watch your self-esteem. It's about feeling that worth that you have, that love that you have for yourself. Have you seen people walk and you're telling them, but what do you say? Look, I just feel good, man. This is me. Just don't bother. I feel good about myself. No matter what you say, you can't bring them down. They may not be good at what you are good at. They'll tell you, man, that's your gift. You're good at it. I'm not good at it, but man, I'm good. When it comes to my own territory, I know what I can do so well. Do you follow what I'm saying now? So self-confidence has to do with the things you have capacity to do. That belief you have in your abilities is confidence. That love, feeling that you have about yourself is esteem. Do we get the difference now? So you need to understand these differences so that you begin to build confidence in doing more things. The fact that you cannot sing should not affect your self-esteem. It just means that you don't have confidence in what? Singing. Even though I know there are people that should not sing in the choir. Do you agree with me? There are people that should not be in the choir. They may like singing, but it's not everybody that should be in the choir. You can sing in your house, it's fine, but don't come to the choir. Because by the time you keep taking us from key Z that doesn't exist on the keyboard, you stress the instrumentalists. Have you experienced such things before? You just stress the instrumentalists. So let's look at the confidence cycle. Next slide, please. Let's look at the confidence cycle. There is a cycle that I've designed that tells us how this confidence journey goes. It starts from your preparation. That's it there. That's the confidence cycle. Your preparation is the first thing. When you prepare, You move to action. So after you have made up your mind, this is what I want to do, you don't stop there. You need to do it. That's action. You need to do it. After you have taken action, you need to go back and reflect. Reflection means sitting back to ask yourself, how well did I perform? Did I deliver as expected, or did I do less than expected? You reflect. After reflection, then you move to growth. Now, this is where a lot of us have the issue. We miss out on reflection. We prepare, we take action, and we think that just by taking action, you are there. No, you need to reflect. Reflection is where the growth process starts happening, because you sit back and you ask yourself, how well did I do? You review the things you have done, and then growth begins to happen. Let me use an example that we can easily relate with. How many of us take feedback when we do things? You ask somebody, how did I do? Can you share with me what you think? How many of us really do that? It's an important step in growth. If you're not in the habit of taking feedback, you will not grow as you ought to. It's important you reflect. It's important you take feedback and sit back and analyze those feedback. Somebody once told me, if you don't want somebody to grow, don't advise them. Another person said, if you don't want somebody to grow, don't insult them. So if you insult a wise man, he takes that insult and knows that that is an area where he's lacking and wants to fill that gap. So you need to reflect. You need to sit back and you reflect, because confidence is built through experience and reflection. Confidence is built through experience and what? Reflection. Now, let me take the instrumentalist as an example. Sir, when you started playing drums, did you become an expert overnight? You had to check what you're not doing well. You came back, you kept improving and, pushing and pushing until you became as good as you are. Even as good as you think you are, there are places you get to, you sit there and say, man, I've not started. Are you following what I'm saying? That feeling of I've not started is reflection happening there. You're looking at the person and saying, my God, I thought I was good, but I'm seeing somebody that is nailing it here. He's killing it. And you're asking yourself, what do I do to improve? A wise person will go to that guy and say, please, I need you to just share with me some skills. I'm a drummer, but I'm not there yet. Humility. The fastest way up is where? It's down. That's the fastest way up. I learned from people who are far younger than me. Right? I do that a lot. It's easier to learn from people who are younger than you because they will humbly teach you. The first instance is that for you to come to them, they're already feeling on top of the world. If somebody at this level can come to me. February this year, I went to learn something on YouTube, a YouTube class. I paid for the class. And the young guy that was teaching was very young, very young. When he saw my status, he just checked me out, went online, looked at my profile. And then he told me, sir, I'm going to keep a front seat for you. I thought he was joking. So at the end of the day, I was a bit late to the class. So I sent him a message that I'll be late. I have an emergency to sort out. But I'll be like 1 hour behind schedule. Please bear with me. He said, no problem. He now said to me, your front seat is still waiting for you. I thought it was a joke, really. When I got into the class was packed full, no space. 2, 3, 4 people were standing, but the front seat was vacant. When I entered, he just saw my face. I've not met him before. I don't know him from Adams. He just said, Sire, please come forward. Your seat is waiting for you. I was shocked. I was humbled, I'm honest. I went to the front seat. I looked around. People were standing, but there was a vacant seat. He said, I kept it for you. Please, sit, sir. Honestly, I was so humbled. I sat there. I learned. See me asking questions. The guy was like, So he called me privately. He said, the way you are humble, I'm afraid, though, sir. I'm not feeling myself. I said, no, you're my teacher. Till date, I still consult him. See, learning, the best way to learn is to be humble. I hear what I'm saying? The best way to learn is to be humble. So, if you take feedback, you will grow faster. If you reflect, you will improve. Most people feel that, let me tell you a trick about learning. Everything I'm saying here today, if you don't go back and reflect on them, they will not stay in your head. Believe me when I say so. If you don't go back and reflect, if you don't do this, if you don't reflect on it, it won't stick. Your brain is processing so much in a day, so much. So if you don't reflect and ponder on certain things, those things don't stay. So my advice to you is take time to reflect. Let those things sit with you, then you will grow. You will become a better person as you reflect each day. Media, next slide, please. I hope we get this. This is very important. Strategies for unshakable confidence. I'll give you 3. Very important that you note this. Number 1, preparation is key. Next slide, please. Preparation is key. All right? Now, I have learned over the years that one of the things that builds your confidence is knowing your materials in and out. The moment you know what you're about to talk about, what you're going to speak to, the moment you are able to grasp that knowledge of what you want to share or teach so well, it automatically boosts your confidence. I mean, it's an automatic thing. All right? So, let me give an example. If you want to go and do like a defense, say you're a student, you have your project defense. You will discover that if you are not the one that wrote that job, that project, or perhaps you have not studied it very well, you have not taken time to study and know it inside out, you're already afraid to stand before your supervisors, before the profs. You're wondering how, what if they ask this question, what if? But if you have studied your material inside out and you know it so well, you're standing and you're waiting for any question that will come. Because you know that as long as those questions come from the boundaries of what you have done, you have an answer to it. So the first thing that I will encourage that builds confidence in any field, remember we said confidence is situational, is to know your material. You're a chorister, you want to lead a solo. Do you know the solo in and out? Do you know the timing? Do you know everything about the lyrics of that solo? Is it playing in your head? Can you stand and close your eyes and without waiting for the choir to respond, you know when they should respond and when you should come in? If you know it's in and out, that's when you come on stage and you are just enjoying yourself on stage because you know your material well. The instrumentalists have already rehearsed. The drummer looks at the keyboardist, he knows when to flow this beat this way or that way. There is a constant synergy. It all comes from knowing your material so well. I'm here teaching. I'm telling the media, next slide. I'm telling them what is on the next slide, what should come next. And I'm not waiting for them because I prepared my material. I know what is on my slides so well. I don't need to wait for them. It gives you a level of confidence that nobody can take from you. Whether you're a pastor, whatever you are, in any field, the rule is preparation is key. In my primary school days, my father gave me a little book, How to Study and Be Successful in School. That's the title of the book. I've not seen that book anywhere in the world till today. I've been looking for it to buy for my children. I've not seen it. How to Study and Be Successful in School. That's the title of the book. And they said something about the 5 P's. They say proper preparation prevents poor performance. 5 P's to success. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. It will shock you to know that this morning, after my morning devotionals, I went through this again one more time before coming here. But I prepared it. I know what is there. But as a matter of routine, I still went through one more time. So tell me something I went through one more time this morning. In less than 2 hours ago or thereabout. I'm standing here to present it to you. Which demon wants to take it out of my head? My village people, even if they gang up together. Unless I'm not healthy now, unless something is wrong. You get what I'm saying? This one is not prayer and fasting. If you don't prepare, you will flop. Your confidence is not, you feel like, you see, that, when you finish the prayer, the Holy Spirit will tell you, go back. See, the Bible says the Holy Spirit will teach you all things that Jesus had commanded you. He will bring you to what? Remembrance. Am I correct? He will bring you to what? How will you remember what you have not studied? So sometimes we pray amiss. You will have to be reminded what you already know, what you have studied. It's not magic. So preparation is critical. You need to anticipate questions and challenges. When I come here, I prepare myself for any kind of question. Even if you ask a question that is not within what I've said, I have an answer. Because I read wide, I prepare, I am vast. That's the first strategy. The second one is mindset shift. When you get into a tough room, don't view it as a problem. View it as an opportunity. What you conceive in your mind is what your mind will reproduce for you. If you see tough rooms as threats, that's what they will be for you. But if you view them as opportunities, that's what they will be for you. So always, the mindset you carry will determine how far you go in life. There are people that every time they find themselves in a tight situation, they look for who to blame. They just look for who to blame. If you have that kind of mindset, then there's trouble looming. Somebody asked me a few years ago, I think about 3 years ago, they said, why do you like taking responsibility, even for what is not your fault? And I said to the person, my mindset is wired in a way that when I take responsibility, I start looking for solution. I don't like blaming someone else for anything that is within my space. I like to look for solution. That's the mindset I carry. So when there's a problem, what next? We already know. Someone was talking to me a few days ago. He said, sir, we have checked it. The problem is, I say, I already know there's a problem. What's the solution? Say, no, sir, I need to explain. I don't need that explanation. I called you because there was a problem. I know that there's a problem. What I expect from you is the solution. So keep the problem to yourself. I want to hear the solution. After he told me 1, 2, 3, he said, but you said we need to do. I don't want to know what you will do. Let's move to the third item. How much? The guy felt, so I need to explain what we are going to do. I said, what you are going to do is not my business. I don't want to learn it. I don't want to learn it. It's your responsibility to do whatever you want to do. You have told me what the solution is. How you will fix it is your responsibility. My job is to pay for it. So how much? You guys say, okay, I don't understand you. Every other person go come, they go ask what happen, they go ask what we go do, we go explain. When we don't explain, finish, you're not so okay. How much it go cost? I say, I'm not interested in all those long. At the end of the day, we'll end at the cost. So let's go there fast. When we finish, we negotiated. I sent him money, part payment. Okay, go and fix it. He fixed it, I paid. He kept it. He said, Ogana, wow, I like your style. Oh. You don't like stress. I said, there's a lot of problem already. So let's eliminate some. Let's eliminate some. Are we together? So your mindset, I'm still talking about mindset. Mindset. If you want to have unshakable confidence, your mindset, don't always see tough rooms as threats. See them as opportunity for growth. See them as opportunity to improve. I tell you, once I went to do a defense. I knew I was not very well prepared. I went into the room. It was a tough room. I just told myself, this is an opportunity for me to learn. I know I didn't prepare well. So I'll just say a few things and wait for them to blast me. And I take my pen and paper and write all their corrections. So I went in there and I introduced myself, introduced the topic, and I said a few things. And I knew that if I go ahead, I would just make a blunder. I knew I wasn't well prepared. Rule number 1, preparation is key. I knew I wasn't well prepared. So I finished saying a few things and I just stopped. They said, are you done? I said, yes, for now. I said, I'm waiting for your corrections. I sat down, opened my book, took my pen. One of the lecturers looked at me. This young man, it appears he just came here for us to tell you what you should go and do next. I said, sir, exactly. Honestly, I got stuck and I'm here to learn. That's why I paid for this program. I'm here to learn. This is not the final defense. This is the first one. And the purpose of this is for me to correct myself. So I'm ready, sir. They started blasting. I was just writing. One of them said, this young man, he's not even bothered. I said, how can I be bothered about something I already know that I didn't prepare well? Will I? No, now. I wrote everything. I said, thank you, sir. One lecturer that took time to blast me well, I went to him. I said, sir, can I have your number? He said, no, it's not necessary. We're here to correct. I said, that correction you gave is the most important. I want to come back to you, sir. So you will help me with this work. Can I have your number, please, sir? Please, sir. He gave me his number. I said, you need to call me to book an appointment. I said, sir, no problem. No problem. I will book appointment. I'll come and see you, sir. Thank you, sir. I took his number, took all the corrections. I went to one guy. We sat down. We x-rayed everything. He told me, you are too smart. I said, what did I do wrong? He said, no. Now, do you know that these people have done this work for you already? I said, how? He said, look at what they said. Look at. With this now, you are fine. I said, amazing. I like what I'm hearing. He said, just relax. He now gave me an appointment. Come, I'll work with you on this. They have told you what they expect. This one now is not you cracking your brain to find a way to please. They have told you what they want. Just follow this outline. I say, okay, all right. Mindset. What did I say? Mindset. I didn't feel bad. My self-esteem was intact. My self-confidence as a public speaker was intact. But I knew I'd broken a rule. Preparation is key. I didn't prepare well. I knew it. So I switched to number 2, my mindset. I had to shift my mindset to the place of learning. I wasn't expecting questions. To the place of learning. What do you want to ask me question? I tell you I'm stuck. Are you asking questions? You should tell me what to do. And they gave it to me full. I took it down. So you see, in this business of building your confidence, your mindset is key. Some of us feel like the world is going to end when people say we didn't do well. We just go back and sit in one corner and sulk. Say, yeah, me, look at me. How do they look at me? Excuse me. Let me shock you. The moment you leave there, people are thinking about other things. They don't care. People don't care the more you think people care. People have so much to think about than to bother about the fact that you stood on stage and you goofed. 2 days is over. They've forgotten. The 2 days are those who don't have work. People that are really busy. The next moment that the next person comes up, they've forgotten about you. They've moved on. So you should also move on. Are we together now? So, embrace a growth mindset. I'm here to learn. That's what I did. I just told myself, look, I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn. Give me the feedback. I'm waiting for it. Number 3, body language matters. We've talked about this extensively. We said, stand tall, make eye contact, use open gestures, practice what? Power poses before you go on stage. At your level, you need to do this. For me, it is natural now. I don't need to. It's there. It's part of me now. So, but you need to practice it over and over so that when you come on stage, you know you're delivering value. So these are 3 key ways that you can build unshakable confidence and do better. Are we still in the room? Have we learned something new today? Beautiful. So let's move on. Media, let's go to the next slide, please. The techniques, we want to look at a few techniques to stay grounded. We've done this before. Like I said, most of the things we did from week 1 to week 3 will be reflecting here because we're now working on the practical sessions of what we need to do. Breathing exercises, we did 4, 7, 8, right? Can we still remember it? So who can tell me what 4, 7, 8 means? 4, 7, 8. If you remember, let me check. 4, 7, 8, what does it mean? I want to be sure you retain what we learned. Yes, sir. Yes. Good. Inhale 4 seconds, hold your breath 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. And you don't do it with speed. You take it slow, nice and slow as you exhale. And we also said that if you do that too fast, the effect may wear out. You need to do it just close to where you're getting on stage so that that effect will still be there. It makes you relaxed. Makes you feel very powerful and ready to go. Right? The next thing I'd like to encourage us to do is visualization. This is something that many of us in Africa, we have not learned this art, the art of visualization. And I'm going to teach you a bit about this. Picture yourself succeeding in a tough room. One of the things I do when I go out to speak or perform or anchor an event, like on Friday I was at Uniport anchoring an event, a tech event. One of the things I do is that I visualize the outcome of that event even before it starts. I sit down in my room or wherever and I begin to imagine, I create an imagery of what the event will look like. I do that a lot. And it's a very powerful tool. A lot of people wonder, you have to learn this art of visualization. Picture yourself succeeding. If I'm going for an interview, or I'm going to make a presentation, or I'm going to pitch a business deal with someone, I sit down and I create an imagery of what I want it to be. And I stay in that image before I go to meet the person or enter that room. Now, this is very important. Remember, I told you, your brain, you can lie to your brain. Amen. Whatever you tell your brain is what your brain believes. Your brain does not know the difference between real and fake. Okay, let me explain. How many of us have watched a particular kind of movie or series or season for a period of time, and then you notice that you start behaving like one of the characters? Has it happened to you? You just start, either you talk like the person or you start behaving or acting in the way, because your brain cannot differentiate that what is seen there is a movie. Your brain believes it's real. Your brain believes that what is seen is real. That's the power behind your brain. So if you visualize the outcome you want in a room you want to step into, and you create that image and sustain that image for a long time in your mind, and you tell yourself, I'm going to succeed in that room. When you walk in, your brain creates that scenario for you. Even when the other person is not responding to you, your brain is still telling you to proceed in the picture and image that it has created. Because your brain believes it's real. And when you do that, it's difficult for anybody to put you down. Let me say this one. This one is a bonus point. Life is in energies. Have you been in a room where someone very sad walks in? Did you notice that the moment a sad person walks into a room, if he has a very strong sad energy, it affects everybody in the room? Who has experienced it? Life is energy. So if you enter a room, because they're already in the room, they've created their energy, they've stabilized. If you enter with a very strong force, a positive energy, and you walk in with that image you have created, it will affect everybody in that room. Now, what I'm teaching here is deep now. This is deep. It will affect everybody in that room. Every Sunday, I come here with my energy, positive and vibrant. Because I understand how these things work. And you see, when you go out there and mix up, Jesus said something that is very, very, very interesting. He said the people of the world are in their own right wiser than who? Children of the kingdom. They know these things. They know these things, but we don't know it. So, your visualization is very powerful and it's critical. Like I told you when I went to do my first defense back then. I went there knowing that I wasn't prepared. So I created a scenario where they will give me what I wanted. And I went there and I told them what I wanted to tell them. And I sat down with my pen. I created a scenario for them to start talking. I have imagined it in my head long before I went into that room. So when I sat down, they started giving me what I was expecting them to give me. And I was writing because I had visualized it. That this is what I want. This is what it's going to be. And that was what came from me. And I took the note. In fact, they did me a good thing. Somebody was busy taking the note and sent it to me on WhatsApp again. Boom. So in case I missed something, they gave me the complete dossier. And I was like, yeah, this is what I was waiting for. It's here, visualization. Let me shock you. How many of you are prepared for solo and you imagined what it will look like on Sunday? And you came here, you did it, and it happened the way you imagined it. You visualized it. If it has happened to you, let me see. 1, 2, 3. You didn't know, now you know, so you do more of that. Am I revealing too much? The next thing is positive affirmations. I am prepared. I am capable. I will succeed. If I talk scriptures now, you are used to it. So let me go outside scriptures a bit. How many of you know Muhammad Ali? Formerly Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, the world's greatest champion in boxing. Muhammad Ali used to say something, I'm the world's greatest. I'm a champ, I'm the greatest. Sting like a bee. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee, I'm the greatest. Muhammad Ali always made the statement before every fight. Many times. He would say, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the world's greatest. How many of you have watched any of his clips? He says it often and often. Often and often. I'm the champ, I'm the greatest. It's called positive affirmations. And because he kept saying it, he believed in it, it got to a point where there's nothing you will tell. Even the strongest guys came to face Muhammad Ali, defeated them. The ones that defeated him, he will ask for a rematch. And until he defeats them, he won't rest. Because he believes that he's the greatest. Okay, let me go to the territory that most of you like. I love boxing. I do boxing. I love it. Football. How many of you know? Who knows the coach I want to mention? Guess. Jose Mourinho. That guy was the only reason I loved football. Jose Mourinho will tell you, who knows what he always says? He says, I'm a champion. There's something else he says. I'm the special one. I'm the special one. Also, we use his mouth to win a match. The match has not started. He will tell the other team that they will teach them how to play football. He kept speaking and talking, and he will say any club he goes to will come out from relegation if you dare him. And they tried it, and he worked. This guy kept saying things and saying these things till they become reality. It's called positive affirmations, but they are true. They are so powerful. You know, many of us will sit back and feel that these things don't matter. I mean, what I say, if you don't work out, after you have done everything, you need to speak it out. You need to speak it out. That's what it is. I am prepared. I am capable. I will succeed. If you fail to understand this, these are things that build your confidence. The more you say it, the more your brain recalibrates. The more you say it, the more your brain releases some enzymes that makes you stand out. Testosterone, all of those things begin to flow. Adrenaline, they just move. Dopamine begins to be released. The feel-good enzyme. When you say, I'm the champion, I'm the winner, dopamine begins to be released. You just get a flow of dopamine. And you're like, yeah, I'm good. I can do it. Someone called me, one of my bosses many years ago asked me, can you do this thing? I didn't even know what he was asking about. I told him, yes, I can do it. And the man understood. The man smiled. He said, do you know what I mean by mementos? He asked me, can you do mementos? I said, yes, sir. He said, do you know what I mean by mementos? I said, sir, I'll find out, but I can do it. The man laughed on the phone. He said, I love you. You're a very smart young man. That's why I like you. Okay, let me help you. Mementos is actually gift items, special gift items, that corporate gift, things you give. I said, sir, that's why I said I can do it. Because I know that by the time I go and check whatever it is, I will prepare myself adequately to deliver. He said, I trust you can do it. That's why I called you. Come to the office, let's talk about it. Now, first things first. I sent out the positive vibe before even thinking of what it was. And believe me, if that man didn't tell me what it was, immediately I dropped the call. That would have been my first research. What are mementos? And I will find out everything about it. Some people would have said, so I don't even know what it is. So. And by the time the man invited me to the office, I had already gone to find samples. Are you following what I'm saying now? I had gone to look for samples. I took 3-4 samples. The day I went to see him, I was showing him samples. He said, I thought we would discuss. I said, no, sir, I just want to tell you that I can do it. These are samples, sir. The man said, wow, I'm impressed. I like people that are forward-thinking. You already brought samples. I'm impressed. Okay, let's look at the capacity you can handle. I said, sir, capacity is not a problem. Just give me your number. Give me your specification. Let me bid for this job. Once I get it, I don't even need money. I will source money. The man said, you will source money too. I said, yes, sir. He said, no contract. I will source money. While I was talking, I didn't even know where the money would come from. But I was already projecting. I was already affirming that I will source money. Let me not go into the how we end, but I got it. I delivered. I over-delivered, in fact. I think that was when I saw my first millions ranging from 5, 10 million and above. That was the first time. Man, I saw money. I was feeling good. I was just flying into Lagos, flying back. I was like, man, this life is sweet. It's sweet. So your positive affirmations, they are critical to your confidence. They are very critical for your confidence. Let me hit a bottom line. Whenever you feel you can't do it, you're correct. 99.9% of the time, what you believe will come true. Because your mind will create it for you. That's what you believe. It will create. It doesn't know the difference. It will create it. It doesn't know the difference. If you say, I can't do it, I'm not confident, I can't stand on that stage, how do I do it? You have already created a scenario for your mind. And your mind starts walking in that direction. That's the danger. So affirm positively that you have the capacity, you are capable, and you can do it. Next slide, please. Engaging the audience. Connect with empathy. Acknowledge the audience's feelings and perspectives. I'm sure you would notice that all through these sessions we've done for the last 4 weeks, I've always tried to ensure that I connect with you, call you up, ask you questions. You know, we're engaging. It's intentional. It's deliberate. I am doing all I'm doing to connect, to make sure that you are with me on the journey. I could come here, speak from the beginning to the end, pour knowledge. And I promise you, you will go back home and be wondering, what exactly did he say? But every time I engage you and call you out and ask questions, you won't forget those examples. They stick with you. This is very critical. You need to connect with empathy. You need to acknowledge your audience's feelings. Now, watch what I did. I'm just giving you clarity now. I asked questions about confidence. I asked questions about self-esteem. I never said they were wrong. Right? I never said they were wrong. Because there are people you will tell in public you are wrong. They will diminish. Are we together now? But all I did was to go ahead and explain it. Who is wrong will know I am wrong. Who is right will know I am right. But they will take the feedback. Are you following what I'm doing here? It's intentional. They are all deliberate. Are we together now? They're all deliberate. You need to understand empathy means trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes. That's empathy. So I ask myself, if someone tells me, oh, no, that's not the correct answer. How will I feel? We're building confidence, isn't it? Should I now come and kill somebody's confidence or self-esteem? No. Are you following what I'm doing now? This is very important. And then again, you need to ask questions. You've seen what I've done so far. Engage them to create dialogue rather than a monologue. I call you out, I ask you questions. So when you're dealing with people, you need to connect with them. You need to ask questions. You need to get their feedback. That is the only way you are sure that they are following. People can sit like this and be looking at you and pretend to be writing. They are not with you. They are not with you. I've actually stopped in a class and asked somebody, what did I say last? The person was looking at me, wondering whether I'd said anything. The person's mind was drifting. People are facing stuff, so you need to try to get them in the room while you are connecting with them. This is very important. It helps to build the confidence of the persons that you're relating with. And it also helps you to confirm that you're doing what is productive. Are we together? Are we together? All right. So before I wrap up, I just want to introduce a few things to you. There are 3 things I want to just introduce to us, and then I'll wrap up. Media, let's go. I've talked about this last week, and Pastor had emphasized it. But just for the purpose of those who were not here, let me highlight it a little bit. Next slide, please. This training is happening on Saturday, and the training cost is actually 30,000, but I promised and I kept my word. So if you use the link here, it's going to ask you to pay 30,000. There's nothing anybody can do about it, because my team will tell me, sir, we have crossed that path. So I've created a collecting account, which is up there, so you can pick the details. Just write it in your note. Even if you don't have the money now, write it. Within the week, anything can happen. Miracles still happen, and I believe in miracles. So that you can just make that payment and send a WhatsApp message to me to include you in the list of those who will be attending. Now, we have designed a training for just 20 people. The reason is because in our trainings, we want impact. Very serious impact. So, and let me appeal. If you want to attend this training, make sure that by Wednesday you must have paid. Because we print our certificates ahead. Everything we need to do by Friday, we have closed out. Saturday, you just come, enjoy yourself, get trained, you get your certificate and everything else, and we have a beautiful time. So please, that's the details for the training. If you're done writing the details, I want to move. Have you finished writing it out? Can I move? Okay, media, they say they are done. Let's move. Sir? Hold on, media, hold on. Go back, please. Sorry. Just go back. Thank you. Are we done? Can we move? All right, media, let's go. Now, I have two recommended materials for you. I have a couple of others, but I just picked these two because I believe that based on what we have done and the questions that came, there are two materials I recommend strongly. The first one is Closing Deals with Confidence. Those of you who are in sales, this material will help you. Why? It talks about how you can use non-verbal communication to close deals. Now, I taught you that if you are dealing with people, people take decisions based on emotions, and later they rationalize it. So if you must close deals, you must learn how to work with the emotions of people, and that's where non-verbal communication comes in. And this is the material that will help you. It's an ebook. That's the link. Just copy the link, go online, click that link, just put that link in your browser to take you to the page where you can buy the book. And after you buy, you can check out other materials if you want. But that book is available on my seller store, Closing Deals with Confidence. It deals with how you can use nonverbal communication to actually close deals. It's a very robust material. I recommend that you have it if you're into sales. If you're also a business person that does anything with everyone else, either to buy or sell, you need that book. Just get it. It's an ebook. And lastly, this Fear to Fame. This is purely on public speaking, overcoming public speaking anxiety and delivering impactful speeches. Now, this material has everything you need to know, basic knowledge on public speaking, from the history of public speaking, even down to how to handle difficult questions, interview questions as a communication person. You have it all here. It deals with stage fright, deals with the whole lot. It is a professional material. Breaking news. You can't find it in any bookshop. You can't find it in any bookshop. People have called me to say, where can we buy it? I sell it in Port Harcourt and Lagos. I've exhausted what I have in Port Harcourt. I had to call Lagos. That's why in the last 3 weeks, I didn't talk about the book. I had to call my team in Lagos to send me whatever they have left. And they told me they only had 18 copies left. I said, please send it to me. I need it here in Port Harcourt. The next time we are publishing will be end of July. We have a schedule. So we have just 18 copies of this material left. If you want a copy, it's a physical material. It's something you need to have. All right? The reason I don't sell it in bookshops is because I use it specifically for my clients. So I have high net clients. When they pay for my programs, they have a copy. It's automatic. It comes with the package. So because of the kind of things we do, trainings and all that, we just reserve it for our clients, and those who participate in our training, they buy it. So I don't have it in any bookshop. So if you want a copy, you have it here. My assistant is there. You can just pay. He has the account details you can pay to, and then you pick a copy. It's 4K. Reason, it's a professional material. You can't get it anywhere else. Trust me, it's not anywhere else, except with me. All right, so let's wrap up. Next slide, media. Have you finished copying the sales stuff? Fantastic. So let's wrap up. Key recap. Let's look at a few things. Preparation, mindset, body language, grounding techniques, and audience engagement. I'd like to give you my final thoughts on all we have done so far. Confidence is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. It's not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So the point I'm making here is this, that you want to stand before people to speak. It doesn't mean that you will not be afraid. It doesn't mean that you won't have butterflies in your belly. Breaking news. The world's greatest speakers still experience it. That blue butterfly, they still experience it. That feeling, they still experience it. But the difference is, how do you manage that process? That's what makes you a confident person. So it's not the absence of fear, but your ability to overcome fear. I'm hoping that when next we deal with how to overcome stage fright, I'm going to tell you the science and psychology behind it. But we have exhausted what we have come to do with the confines of public speaking and building unshakable confidence. And I'd like to say you've been a wonderful audience. I want to say thank you for giving me your attention. And thank you to my friend and beloved brother who has graciously invited me to be a blessing to this congregation. At this point, I'll take questions, if there be. Questions from anything we have done within the last 4 weeks. I'm willing to answer them. So let's go. Any questions? Let's do it. Okay, count. Anyone that has a question, let's just take it quickly. 1, 2. I have 2 hands. No question begat question. So if you want to ask your question, make up your mind now. Raise your hand. Let's take that. We have 2 hands already. Any other person? 3, 4. Okay. All right, so let's start with you, sir.
So I want to thank you so much for coming around, and we have really learned a lot. Most of the things you said here, I've not heard them before, and I thank God for your coming around. There's a question I want to ask. I had an experience many years ago when I was looking for a job, and I got to this company, and as I was at the gate side of the company, okay. So the MD of the company now beckoned on the security to call me. And I went into his office, and I discovered that he was having a sectional meeting when I came in. So he now told the young man to bring me into his office, and I came into his office. He literally discharged the meeting to attend to me, thinking I was a client. Meanwhile, I was a job seeker. So he sat me down and was giving me so much attention. Sir, what can we do for you? This one and that one. He brought out water to drink, and he brought one for me. I was confused. I became a little bit
So go straight to the question.
So the question is this. I came with my files, I came with my credentials. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to present them because of the way I was already feeling. And I left the office without even showcasing my why I came. So I want to know, in a situation like this, what should that person do?
Is it what you should have done?
What I should have done.
Okay, because that's the appropriate question. Because if you're asking me what should you do when you have left, I would say you should just go home and ask the Lord to have mercy. Now, you see, I understand what you just went through. You were not prepared to meet the CEO of the company. You thought you would go drop your credentials and wait for a call later for a job interview. What he has shared here has happened to someone close to me. I actually recommended her for a job. She went to see the CEO. The CEO referred her to the MD, right? I mean, the referred her to, the MD. Because the COO is the owner of the company, so she referred her to the MD. They told her, come on so and so day with your credentials. As she walked in, they were asking her questions. And she later called me and said she was not prepared for interview. And my question was, you went to a company to look for a job. What were you prepared for? So what you would have done, sir, was to prepare for anything that would happen, including taking an interview on the spot. Remember what I said. In leadership, they don't give you a leadership position until you look like one. Unless you look like one. You have passed the first test. For the man to have invited you to his office, thinking you were a client, you dressed very well, I'm sure. You were on point. First test you had already passed. All you needed to do at that point, what can we do for you, sir, was to sell yourself. That's what was left. Now, you would have sold the market. The Lord had graciously brought you before Pharaoh. Joseph, behold Pharaoh. Pharaoh, behold Joseph. All you would have done was to sail the market. There's nothing else to advise you, sir. Whenever you are leaving your house, men and brethren, just prepare to sail markets. See, leave all this plenty talk. Whenever any day you decide to take a shower, dress up, come out of your house, prepare to sell market. And that market is you. You are the market. What solution do you have to offer? That's your market. Sell it. Anytime someone asks me, please, can you introduce yourself? I sell. Oh. Immediately I hold mic to introduce myself. I sell. It's a rule for me. Are you getting what I'm saying? Once I have the microphone, I just sell. By the time I finish introducing myself in any gathering, apart from this one that my friend invited me. I respect, I know, but secular events, you give me mic to introduce myself. Before I drop the mic, I must get one business deal from that gathering. Are we together? That's how it works for me. I have that mindset that wherever I go, the opportunity is two things. Sell myself. Sell Christ. Those are my two markets. I sell the two. If I check the place, Christ will not walk direct. Because there are people you start there, they vex. I sell myself. When you see my clout and you enter, I push that one in. Because at that point, you are respecting me. So whatever I offer, you take it. So, sir, next time, it might happen again. As you get before Pharaoh, sell the solution. And this time, don't make the mistake Joseph made, though, that they should look for a man. Don't look for a man. Though. See the man here. You know, at an event on Friday, 2 days ago, they were doing pitching. And I noticed that all the people that came to present, their presentation was poor. They did a good job, but the presentation was... So I came up and I corrected a few things. And I said, they need to add pitching and presentation skills to their curriculum. And they need to get the best trainer in that field to handle it. And the person is already talking to them now. And everybody started clapping. And I told the CEO, I said, you need to add it to your curriculum. I told the training manager, and you don't need to look for who will do it. At least you already know the capacity of what I can do. And everybody agreed. The 7th Vice Chancellor of Uniport, Professor Jayinka, was there. He said, I agree with the MC. You need to include it, and he can handle it. See endorsement. What are we looking for again? So that settles it, sir. Second question. I thought the second, yes, please.
Good morning. My question is, how does our temperament, that is why we act the way we do, affect our public speaking in the sense of, with the way we are trained? You said something forms at our brain. I can't remember that exact word. So what is the thin line between that? Because I have a colleague, my supervisor can call him immediately. I want you to deliver this presentation. He is ready. But to some of us, we might even prepare, and that day self, we are still fidgeting. Why doing it? So I want to understand the difference between that.
Sorry, I'm not walking away from you. I just had to turn so that I can, I hope you understand. There are some people that tell you that they are introverts. They are introverted. And that they don't know how to speak in public. It's because you are collecting salary. That's why you are introverted. If you are running a business, you will not be introverted. Did you hear what I just said? You are introverted because you are collecting salary, ma. If you are the CEO of that business, the introversy, permit the English, it will evaporate and take off to another land. Because when you know that is when you present that money will come, introvert will leave you. Take note, all of you that are doing introverts, sanguine, melancholy, you know them now. They say me I'm sanguine. Some people say they are melancholy. Some people say they are, what's that other third one? Choleric. Then, phlegmatic. Be flagging there. Be fledging. Listen, you see that guy that is always ready. When promotion will come, he's the guy, yo. When bonuses will come, he's the same guy that will collect the bonus. Is it not already happening? Talk to us. Don't use mic. Is a yes or no. No, you are speaking grammar. That's why I said my supervisor can always trust him. Is it not happening? You know, she will know. She will know. In an organization, those things don't hide. Okay, use the mic. I want you all to learn, no?
I would say promotion and the rest is basically on scorecard.
Okay.
So my team, we are not we are not actually meant to do speaking publicly, but I'm just saying internally, just internally. But
What's
your
that guy's
performance
position in the team?
Okay, jokingly, we usually call him assistant team lead.
Oh.
Yes.
People have already appointed him. Are you following what I'm doing now? He will always take the lead. Whether you try to paint it or what. We'll always call him in.
Yes.
The key decisions, that guy knows who will be fired everywhere. Nobody will bring you close. You see that guy, he knows who will be fired next. Is it true? He knows who will be fired next.
He has insiders information.
Okay. We are speaking grammar here. Look. You will not be given a leadership position until you look like a leader. My sister, you have attended this class 1 month. The result you want to see, start chancing that guy. Build yourself to start chancing. You don't know what you are doing. Listen, if that man has an opportunity to branch out, he will send that guy to represent him. That's the guy that will head the branch. I'm being honest with you. And for him to head the branch, his status will automatically change. Car allowance, housing, all the things you use your salary for will be provided for him for free. You know, these things are important. You are blessed. You're in a church where you're learning a thing like this. Go and build yourself. Start trying these things out. Let the management say, what's happening? This girl is picking speed, though. But when you start picking speed, be ready. Because that guy is not going to sit by. Unless he's born again. Did you hear what I said? Unless he's born again. Because even Christians, we don't like challenge. When we see that, it's like you want to, we'll start scheming. Some people are like that. Go and build yourself. Leave all this melancholy, phlegmatic. Those things don't work in the business world, though. Oh, I'm very reserved. Your pocket will be reserved. Next question. Okay, this is what you wanted to ask. To God be the glory. Great things he has done. We move. I saw a hand somewhere here. Only those who raised hand initially. Okay, he's here.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, sir. Good morning, church. So my question is directed towards choristers. You made mention that singing is a form of public speaking too, kind of. So I wanted to say that you already pointed out how important visualization, our imaginations are. Now, if we are visualizing, we are being positive about the outcome. Yeah. So in certain cases, we might have things that are beyond our control when we go up on stage. For example, choristers, we can go up on stage. I already pictured how it will play out, and then the pianist decides to maybe give me a wrong key, or he's not playing the loop, or the drummer is doing something. How can I address that situation while I'm in the situation?
First and foremost, choir is different from chorister. Choir, you see all of you here, you have to be on the same page. On your Friday rehearsals, you have to have this conversation together. So that when any witch of Endor decides to enter the drummer, stop the song and look at the drummer well. I say, please, can we start again? There's something choristers do which I fault. You have seen that they started on the wrong key. You want to manage. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Stop it. Tell the keyboard, give me middle C. Give me F sharp. Let him hold the chord. Be sure it's the chord. Then you start. Pastor may not like it in the initial terms, but I promise you, if the song ends well, Pastor will forget the beginning. Are we together? If the song ends well, Pastor will forget the beginning. That's what I'm saying now. I said, Pastor may not like it at the beginning. So what you need to do to stand your eye, I don't want to teach them something bad thing. So let me leave the eye. I can tell them one thing to do now, the eye will fade, but I won't do it. Because I also use the eye. I also use it and it works. So please, now I won't teach you that one. I'm a pastor too. Why should I teach you that kind of thing? So what you need to do, sir, have this conversation. Agree on how your outcome will be. Let everybody agree to it before you close your rehearsal. You don't visualize on behalf of everybody. Your mind cannot control everybody's mind. But if all of you are on the same page and you agree to it and you work on it, to be on the safe side, before you start, let the guy press the chord. Nobody knows what's happening. It's assumed that it's part of rehearsal. But give me the chord. He holds it. You are sure. Everybody is sure. Then you start. Nobody knows what is happening. It's between you and them. So that you don't have a situation where you have done your visualization as a leader. These people have been watching Z World. And they come here and they are seeing the imagery of Z World. Your visualization is a waste. It only works when you do it for yourself alone. But for a team, you need to be on the same page. You need to agree to it. And you need to project together. That joint force, when you come in the morning, you guys pray before service, isn't it? When you meet again to pray, just remind them, remember what we agreed. Are we together? Yes. Then you come. You will hardly have that situation. What I was expecting to hear is maybe there's power outage. That one is not your making. But if it's the keyboardist that plays rubbish, it's your making. It's not beyond your control. It's within your control. You can stop him and start again. Pastor, we look at you, I agree. But it is better to get it right and end well than to look at pastor's eyes. The moment you look at his eye, the thing will spoil more. Are you getting what I'm saying, everybody? You will spoil more. So the rest of you be looking at his eyes. You look at his eyes and tell everybody, now stop now. Start again. You start again, but do it well. When you end well, I know, pastor, he will look at you. Well, okay. We'll talk later. Are we together on that? Pastor, in case you notice that kind of thing, cut them small slack. They want to do it better than spoiling the service for you. And let me plead with the choristers before I leave. You hold a key to ministry. I want to beg you. If you get it right, before the man of God comes here, things will begin to happen. I'm being honest with you. I throw it as a challenge. If you get it right, before the man of God begins to minister, things will already begin to happen. Just take that home and ponder on it. So your desire should be to get it right. Praise God.